Hey everybody, it's Pastor Daniel. This is day 39 of 40, and today's special guest is Angela. Hey Angela,
Hey,
welcome back home.
thank you.
You traveled to Houston, and we've been praying for you as you lost your grandfather, and you were there with family and mourning his passing. And so we're glad to have you back home, and pray the Lord continues to comfort you. You look well.
Thank you, and thank you for your prayers.
You're welcome. It's our privilege. Today's actually talking about having a balanced life, and as we continue to go through the study, we're tomorrow's day 40 of 40, but we actually have 2 more days after that. Just don't tell anybody yet. Um, we're finding out we have 5 purposes, and so he's talking about balancing your life with these 5 purposes instead of just focusing on 1 or 2 of them. And it's not always an easy thing to do. And he talked about a few principles of staying connected with small groups, staying connected with people, journaling. He also talked about how we're to be passing on our testimony to other people, especially the next generation. So as you read through today's lesson or chapter, what is something that stood out to you?
Journaling. Journaling is something that I've always pretty much done, but it was kind of, it reiterated how important journaling is, especially when you are looking for, when you're writing down things about what God has done and, through a situation, and not just writing down the good things about the situation, but just kind of all the way through the good and the bad, so that, later you can go back and really see the faithfulness of God and have like a personal, journey of the things He's done in your life. That was really cool.
So as you go through your journaling and you write down the good things and the highs and the lows of life, just, this is kind of off the cuff, but what do you think you learned the most from, the highs or the lows?
Really the lows. I guess maybe both, because I think being able to be as vulnerable as I can, with myself and with God, some things I wouldn't say out loud, to other people, but then also we tend to forget the things that God has done. And then when you read through all that, and then you realize how God worked the situation out, and you're like, man, God, you really were working this out for my good. And I don't think if we write these things down, we just tend to forget all of those things we've been through. So that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I tend to write down and journal. I think I do highs and lows as well, but when I do journal, I think the most impactful part of that is when I'm writing down kind of what you said a minute ago, the things that I may not say out loud to people, but the things I'm wrestling with is kind of my safe place in order to, to process those things. Because I mean, we live in a difficult world, and so it was encouraging to hear that from you as well. And so one of the things that stood out to me too was the spiritual checkup, and I'm thinking this journaling is actually a good way to have a spiritual checkup, to kind of see where I am with the Lord, and to see what steps I need to have to gospel, penetrate my heart and to change my life. So what are some takeaways or some changes that you think are going to happen in your life as a result of reading this?
Really just sharing what I know more. We're parents and we share with our kids, about the things that we go through in life. But I think sharing with other people outside of my family about the goodness of God and the things that I go through, I don't think that I really share as much as I could. So really kind of a challenge to me to do that more. Why not?
Yeah, that's good. I think sometimes I feel like I have to have all the answers before I share with people. And that's it's a trap. I just need to be able to share with people, even while I'm in the process and don't have it all figured out yet. Not only is it going to encourage them, but it also build me up as well.
Right.
What's give us an encouraging word here at the end to cap off this interview.
Well, while you're doing your spiritual checkups, fellowship is the biggest thing. I think having people to love on you and you love on them and pray with them and be with them is a big deal. Actually, it really helped me when I logged on with you guys while I was in Houston, and just knowing that, and having fellowship with you while I was away was really encouraging. And I think that it's easy during quarantine to kind of cut people off, kind of to try to, but it's not the best thing to do. It's really not healthy for your relationship with Christ and just with other people.
Yeah, Netflix might be a good way to to entertain ourselves, but it's not good fellowship.
Right.
Yeah, we need the interactive part of it. So
Yeah.
anyway, thank you so much for taking time to share with us today and to fellowship with me. I know I'm always encouraged when we're able to spend time together. So
Yes.
look forward to seeing you again in person.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep trying to live that balanced life that we're talking about today too. So, all right, for everybody else, we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.